Hey everybody, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about a trade I took today. And I talked about it pre-market, about the monster level in the NASDAQ, right? So I talked about that level. Now let's look at the chart just to recap what I was talking about, right? So the about 122.22, this area right here, was the level I said to everybody, this monster level. If it was broken in and was held, I wanted to be long in the NASDAQ or a stock related to the NASDAQ, right? So it came up, we opened, we drove up higher, came back down, we held the level. Okay, we held it. So that told me there I wanted to be long in the NASDAQ or a stock that's tech heavy, right? So that was my first thing I wanted to do. Okay, the next step was I want to show you guys my watch list and how I look at stocks and the stocks I like to trade. Okay, so if we look at my watch list, AMD now is the top of the list. Now it's not just the top of the list for no reason. Okay, I sort by percentage off the open. So AMD is the strongest stock off the open. It's up 48.84%. Okay, so I sort by by percentage off the open because I want to know the strongest stock from the open. And then I'll also look at how much it is up from yesterday. Like it's up 6.93%, right? But it's up 4.79 off the open. Okay, now take a difference of how this changes your view. Okay, look at coin. Coin is at the bottom of my list. However, it's up 7% from yesterday, but it's down 3.22% off the open. Right? Coin was an idea for me to short today. It would have been a short, but I didn't. Right? I wanted to go with what I saw in the market. So I went with AMD and I started looking at my levels that I chart, so they were already there, and I wanted to look at that, right? So then I went to the AMD chart. So I'm going to show you guys the AMD chart. So when the market was strong, AMD was strong off the open. Okay, then I had this 85.45 level, and I wanted to see how AMD was going to react to the level. So it was finding support, whipped up, right? Found support, and then I entered around here. Okay, my first target was here, 86.44. My second target, which I regret not having a runner, was here. So it was a nice trade, like over 130% return, and I should have kept a little runner on. Would have got another piece off here. Okay. Now the other thing that gave me confirmation for this trade is, let me give you the watch list real quick, is my internals for the market. Okay, these are very important internals. Let me show you why. Alright, so now I've shown these before, but I just want to point something out. So number one thing I'm going to look at is all the sectors from the open, right? So Infotech here is 27.3% of the S&P. So that's 0.9%, almost. It was up a percent before, off the open, right? So I want to see the big four here, green. Now look, financials is red. It's down 1.25%, right? So that's why I wanted to go with a NASDAQ long, or I wanted to go with a stock that's tech heavy, like AMD, right? So I avoid the S&P because the S&P was relatively weak. So that's why I chose AMD, right? That's one factor. One more factor is this weighted AD. Okay, so the weighted AD measures the stocks by their weight. So these bars are market cap weighted. So the higher these bars are, the stronger the trend's going to be for the day, right? So over 0 obviously is bullish, and this white line is the unweighted. It just uses all the sectors equally. It doesn't weight them. Okay, so that's another thing I was looking. I wanted to see this strong. Now the big key thing is the ticks. Okay, so I'll scroll back a little bit in the ticks of what I was seeing. Okay, When you have these ticks, and these are ticks on the one is the Nasdaq exchange and one is the NYSE exchange. Okay, whenever you hold above zero, so this middle line 0, and you keep holding above it, keep holding above it, that is strength. That's upticks in the market. Okay, that's showing strength and there's no weakness. So with all that together, right, that's why I went long in the Nasdaq. Okay, so let me just, this is a better view actually. So you can see in the beginning we came down, but I wanted to see a stabilize. See, as long as you hold above 0, you should get movements up in the market. Okay, so that's why I took the trade. Trade was successful. I mean, I wish I had a little runner on. That would have made the trade great. Can't, 130% return is not bad. And currently, right now, you can see what the market's doing. Oop. You can see what the market's doing, right? Let's just look at it real quick. So we're in a supply zone in the ES, and financials is a big part of the S&P, which is going to make it weaker, right? The Nasdaq's holding this monster level, right? But now we're starting to see a little bit of resistance. Okay, so I would expect maybe a little more pullback. However, I didn't mention this before. The reason why, and I said it's in the morning, is when you have so many times that I'm gonna try to make this clear here. There were so many times that this was see if I can, that this Nasdaq was resistant at this level, right? Let me show you a better. I'm gonna give a better view of it. Give me 1 second here. I mean, this was just something that. So let me show you over here. I mentioned this in the pre-market video, but whenever you have so many shorts here, see this was resistance so many times. Once you break and hold this level, it's going to cause short covering. And I'm not sure if we get up to the 123.70 resistance level here or just the supply zone, but it is going to have people cover some shorts now. So I expect maybe like a melt up, maybe for the rest of the day, get it pull back, and they get a melt up. So that's the reasoning behind that. So that's all the reasoning behind the trade. Hope that all made sense. That was my update for today. I expect to get, financials has to get a little stronger, I think, to see the S&P move higher, but the Nasdaq definitely is getting a short covering rally, so that could melt up to the rest of the day. That's it for me, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a comment, like, or subscribe. Thanks.